There, the tuber sat, his face illuminated only by the faux light of the virtual page before him. His fingers ran marathons across the plastic keys that, over time, had become caked in a thin layer of dead skin cells and chicken grease. He typed away, just trying to get anything down on the page. The tuber froze. He couldn't write. He was stuck, mentally blocked, his mind congested. How could he naturally and casually transition into the topic of the video? Oh, goddamn. Then, suddenly, a banging. Someone or something was trying to break in and stop the tuber from writing. The door cracked and splintered. It could no longer hold the sinister forces at bay. It burst open. All the tuber saw beyond the doorway was an endless darkness. He could only barely make out a silhouette in the light's absence. Alan Wake 2, developed by Remedy Entertainment, is a survival horror game in which you play as the eponymous lead character, Alan Wake, as well as sequel newcomer FBI agent Saga Anderson. For those of you unaware, Alan Wake is a very wacky,
what the fuck is that?
very zany video game about a guy who's writing a book, but the events of the book are becoming reality, and he also has amnesia. You may be wondering, why am I doing a video on Alan Wake 2 and not the first game or Control? It's very simple. I've already platinumed both of those games. So, Alan Wake 2 takes place in the fictional American town of Twin Peaks. Bright Falls. I would be remiss if I didn't at least mention the very strong influences of Twin Peaks on this game, and also the Twilight Zone, but I haven't watched that, so who gives a shit. And also I want to talk about Twin Peaks, so
Damn good coffee.
It is no secret that Sam Lake, the creative director at Remedy and writer of most of their games, is a fan of Twin Peaks, which absolutely checks out. One of the locations in Alan Wake, the Oh Dear Diner, is almost an exact replica of the Double R Diner in Twin Peaks. The exterior in the sheriff station in-game looks near identical to the one in Twin Peaks, or at least the sign does. Twin Peaks has a weird log lady that knows a bunch of random stuff. The first Alan Wake has a weird lamp lady that knows a bunch of stuff. Alan Wake has the dark place. Twin Peaks has the Black Lodge or the Red Room or whatever it is. In the second game, one of the main characters is literally an FBI agent, just like Dale Cooper. There's a lot of references and allusions to Twin Peaks in this game, as well as a bunch of Remedy's other stuff, like the Max Payne Flamingo show.
And I, not me, but my double, nods and smirks at this, like it was the funniest thing in the world.
What kind of trophies this game got? Well, a lot of them are story related, so I'm not going to go into those. They're mostly just stuff for defeating each boss and completing every chapter or getting an item that's needed to progress further into the story. There are a fair few collectibles in Alan Wake 2. Luckily, there's only 113 compared to the first game's 298, which is wonderful news because that was absolutely the worst part of that game's platinum. The collectibles include 22 cult stashes. These have supplies in them, but each one has a puzzle that needs to be solved in order to unlock the stash. There are 21 lunchboxes to be found throughout the game. These have manuscript pages in them that you use to upgrade your guns and stuff. 13 nursery rhyme dolls that need to be found. 17 nursery rhyme puzzles which need to be solved using those dolls. There's 18 charms, 6 Coscola Brothers commercials, 8 Writer's Journey videos.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights?
And 8 guns to be found. There are plenty of gameplay related trophies like Darkness Coiled for destroying a Darkness shield. If you're unfamiliar with the gameplay of Alan Wake and its sequel, both games revolve around the concept of the light and the dark. Alan and Saga both have a torch at their disposal, or flashlight for my freedom viewers. Basically, the enemies in Alan Wake known as the Taken have these shields of darkness that need to be burned away with light before you can deal damage to them.
What a shot!
You know what, I'm not even really going to bother with the rest of the trophies because they're all really easy and there's nothing that particularly stands out, so it's pretty pointless to go over them here when most of them are as simple as using a flashbang on an enemy or killing 5 enemies with headshots. So I'm just going to skip all of that, alright? It's not necessary. I chose to play through the game on hard.
Significantly challenging combat. I'm not a bitch, I'll do hard.
I would have done it on Nightmare because I'm a big boy. Unfortunately, Nightmare is locked upon a first playthrough, so I won't be doing that. Aside from that, this video will have spoilers, right? If you don't want to have this game spoiled, do not watch this video. Since so many of the trophies are story related, and if I just talked about the ones that weren't, the video will be like 6 minutes long. With all that out of the way, it's Alan Wake 2, bitch, he's doing a dance. The game opens to some trippy visuals, a dead deer in a lake and a fat naked dude crawling out of that lake
My plan is this disgusting old man.
with a fully rendered dong.
He's got a dick! He's got a dick! I saw his dick! He's got a dick. I saw it. He's a grower, not a shower.
Some guy had to model that. Actually, they probably scanned it. After going through the woods and being spotted by a couple of happy campers,
Don't look at my dick. Listen, alright, it's small because it's cold. I just came out of the water.
the mystery man is soon brutally murdered by a group of furries potentially yiffing in the woods. If you don't know what yiffing is, look it up.
What the fuck?
This unlocks the very first trophy of the game, hunting season.
Hunting season, look at that.
Like an Elmer Fudd movie here. The mystery man is then torn apart by the furries who refer to themselves as the cult of the tree. I will also refer to them as this because the furry bit is going to get real old and real cringe real quick if I keep doing it. They tear out his heart, then get distracted and chase down those same happy campers from before, leaving the mystery man to rot on the bench. We are then introduced to two vital characters, Saga Anderson and her partner Alex Casey. The FBI have been called into Bright Falls to investigate the murder of the mystery man. I'll call him Jeb from now because he looks like a Jeb.
Any idea who the victim is?
His name is Nightingale. He was FBI.
Upon arriving to Cauldron Lake, there's a map of the area nearby, and after interacting with it, the trophy Night Territory popped. While I was exploring the area surrounding Cauldron Lake, I ran into my first of many collectibles,
You're under arrest.
an Alex Casey lunchbox. This on its own didn't unlock a trophy. That wasn't until I opened my first cult stash a minute later.
Secret stashes.
After investigating the body of Laura Palmer, should I say bloody Clive Palmer, the game gives me a tutorial on the case board. This part of the game kind of sucks, if I'm being honest. I don't like it very much.
That is impressive. As you can imagine all this shit. That is impressive. I can barely fucking think of a joke.
Saga has a thing called the mind place. Basically, it's she goes into like her mind, and then you can like, I don't know, you can like upgrade weapons and like read manuscript pages and like watch TV and listen to songs. But the main thing you'll be doing will be adding stuff to the case board. Basically, you find clues and evidence throughout the environment, and then you go into Saga's mind place, and then you just put the stuff on the board, and it's really boring. It's not fun. You're a bad boy, Sam Lang. You're a bad boy. As it turns out, Jeb is actually FBI agent Robert Nightingale from the first game.
Wait a minute.
Oh my god!
Heading towards the lake to try and retrace Nightingale's steps, it is quickly discovered that there is a big tree in the way which seems to be locked by some sort of contraption. Can't exactly cut it down, so Casey and Saga leave the state. Yeah, it's too hard. We're going back to Quantico. But not before getting another trophy for picking up the first manuscript page. Arriving in town, the soon-to-be held Deer Fest is still in the process of being set up. I met the sheriff played by Iceman.
Dude, it's Iceman. It's Iceman.
He took me to the morgue to inspect the body of Nightingale, whilst conducting the autopsy, without gloves, by the way.
Disgusting!
Saga discovers a manuscript page inside of Nightingale's chest. She reads it, and of course, all hell breaks loose. Iceman gets zipped to somewhere, I don't know.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
Nightingale, despite not having a heart, gets up and hits me with the old 1-2-1-2 body head before vanishing.
Huh.
Going back to Cauldron Lake in search of Nightingale, I followed that big fat baby's footprints through the forest to that same tree as before. Inside was another manuscript page.
I've heard that scream sound effect before. That was really funny. I've heard that before.
This page mentioned a fuse and a witch's hut. The witch's hut had no light and I needed to find a fuse.
The page described the hut being lit.
Bro, this place ain't lit. This place is lame, bro. That was fucking stupid.
Where is the fuse? It's like 2 meters away.
They're just like, make it. That dude, the trophy popping scared me.
So anyway, I headed to the old general store. Inside I got 4 trophies back to back.
Get the holy cannoli! Scared the dickens out of me.
First was Darkness Coil, followed by Chase the Source for destroying a source point. Then I got Grew Bigger like my whatever for increasing my inventory size, and then I got Bring It for finding the sawed-off shotgun.
Remember, bring it. That looks like shit.
After getting those 4 trophies, I grabbed Nightingale's heart from out of the fridge.
You're just gonna pick it up. You're just gonna pick it up like that, huh?
Only a few minutes later, during my first encounter with multiple enemies, I took this as an opportunity to try and get "this is the moment" for dodging an enemy attack at the last second. Emphasis on the try part, because wowzers, you have to get a frame perfect dodge. It's crazy.
Oh, insta-kill. Come on, hit me. Okay, I was too early. Don't forget to save. Shut up. Ah! Alright, here we go. Attempt number 3. Come on, how was that not last second? What? Get off me, John Lennon. Oh, what the fuck? How are these not last second maneuvers? Yes, I know. Stop giving me the tutorial! Lucky attempt number 4. Dude, I bet Nightingale's got real succulent toes. Why did I say that? That's epic, brother. Look like BTK. How are these not last second dodges? I gotta look this up. Can I do it this early? I gotta look this up. Okay, so as it turns out, it's like the most perfect timing apparently. How was that not perfect? What? Ah! Was that like attempt 5 or 6 now? I lost count. I think I'm gonna say 5, so that way I'm not as stupid. That was definitely way too early. What? How are these not perfect? Are you? Come on.
I have to take a look at the case before I figure this out.
Maybe not now. Maybe give it a second. All right. How is that not last second? That is the most perfectest. Oh! He's beating the snot out of me, literally. Equip, I guess. Is that right? Oh yes, you literally have to heal. Oh, look at that! I even got a trophy while trying to get a trophy. Awesome. What? How am I not getting this? Ah! I'm looking up a video. You know, apparently there's wolves, so I'm just gonna do it then. Because all the videos do it when they're like dodging wolves and shit. So I'm just gonna dodge a wolf and then do it then. Because apparently you can't dodge guys with axes at the last second. I died anyway, and I was trying to kill him that time. How many times have I done this? Like 25? I've been at this like for like 6 hours, I'm pretty sure now, right? I'm not hyperbolizing at all. It has been like 15 minutes.
Yeah, so this was way too hard for me to do, so I'm a itty bitty little boy, so I figured I'd get this trophy later on down the line. Now being able to bypass the big tree, Saga enters an overlap. Basically what an overlap is where the real world and the dark place overlap with each other. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now, but you'll understand it later. The taken Nightingale soon appears with a big log. It kind of sounds like he's taking a shit, but you know, I mean like an actual piece of wood. What ensues is a fight against Nightingale.
Oh my ass!
Ending with me getting the Lawman trophy.
Okay, surely that's... Lawman, he's done so. Killed him.
After finally defeating Nightingale, Saga discovers the big boss himself, Alan Wake, on the beach, covered in shit and piss. He has somehow just escaped from the dark place after being trapped there at the end of the first game.
Ah, into the overlap. Nice.
Heading back into the woods, I encountered the local wildlife and I immediately started blasting. This actually led to me getting "this is the moment," so you know, that whole thing from before was pointless.
Ah, yeah! Look at that.
Then when I killed the wolf, I got aimed ahead for killing 5 enemies with headshots. Before heading back into town, I took a moment to explore Cauldron Lake.
There's something cool in here. No! Shh! Ah!
Eventually coming across my first nursery rhyme puzzle. I didn't unlock a trophy after solving the puzzle just yet. That's only obtained later on after I solved 5 nursery rhymes. Back in town, Saga interviews Alan, mentioning a mysterious man by the name of Mr. Scratch. Ooh, I wonder who that is. Alan then sees a puddle on the ground and has a little PTSD episode, which flashes back to what happened in the dark place. Much like Saga, Alan also has a kind of mind place called the writer's room. It acts pretty similarly to the case board, but it is different. In certain areas, Alan will have to rewrite the story, so to speak. He will get an idea for a scene, then he will throw that idea on the board, and in doing so, it will change the environment around him. It's a cool concept and I like it more than the case board, but it's still not anything crazy. Yeah, it's still not great. While trying to escape the studio, I came across a janitor, Artie. He may not seem like much, but this guy is one of the weirdest and most interesting characters in this game and Control. He's also probably a god, but don't worry about that. Artie tells Alan to go down into the basement where he finds the angel lamp. This lamp acts as a conduit, being able to transfer light between sources.
Hey! Talk show!
I use the intro lamp to make my way out of the studio into the wonderful, rat-infested, urine-coated streets of New York City. I find myself heading down into a dark alley where Alan meets the fictional version of Alex Casey from his books.
That's Max Payne!
But don't worry about any of that because the Dark Place Casey gets killed like 5 seconds later anyway.
He ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3.
And, in classic video game lore, Alan loots his corpse, obtaining a flashlight, a revolver, and another trophy.
Hey, find the light.
I just called it a fucking flashlight. Stupid idiot. A little bit later, I finally found out what happened to Iceman.
What, the Iceman?
After speaking with Iceman, I discover a word of power, which gets me another trophy.
Hold on. I'm gonna do... What? What did I do? I don't know what I did!
Going through the subway was honestly pretty uneventful. It wasn't until I reached the end when I got the trophy Stormcloud for escaping the Dark Presence. Then I got New York City for completing the chapter.
Hey! No, oh my god, there's a dick right there.
After interacting with Nightingale's heart, this is what I meant before about the two dimensions overlapping with each other. The Dark Place changes, with Alan's apartment building, Parliament Tower, now appearing in the city.
Man, this game looks fantastic. Alright, these reflections are kind of hideous, but I mean...
Entering Alan's apartment, a memory card can be found on a table. Inserting the card into the video camera, a recording of a very paranoid Alice Wake, Alan's wife, plays out. But more importantly, I get another trophy called The Other Side.
It's kind of crazy how much of this game is like Twin Peaks Return. What? I just got like 8 trophies back to back. It was like 2, but whatever.
Switching back to Saga, I upgraded the shotgun, which got me the Growing Stronger trophy.
Hey.
From this point on, you can switch between Saga and Alan's stories at any time. I wanted to keep it simple, so I stuck with Saga for now. Saga interrogates Alan, to which he tells her about the clicker from the first game. Scratch wants the clicker, and if he gets it, well then the world ends, basically. So Saga heads to the neighboring town of Watery. A new fast-moving enemy is introduced. Stunning this enemy with a flashlight while they move unlocks the Stop the Monster trophy.
I got the trophy, bitch!
Moving further up the trail, I find the crossbow and a coal stash, getting the greatest hits trophy. I solved the nursery rhyme puzzle, which was also my 5th one, unlocking Strange Reality. Then not too long after that, I got Filling the Shape for equipping a charm in every slot. While exploring the woods, I got into a fight with a Taken, unlocking 2 more trophies.
Look at it, escape! It's gravity! Surely he's insta-dead. Shining in the light! Double trophy!
I soon found myself in the amusement park, Coffee World, the shittiest place on earth. I got 3 more trophies here. The first was for shooting any of the Mr. Drippy cardboard cutouts around the park. The second was for killing an enemy with the crossbow in a single shot.
Alright. Oh, and I got another trophy in one go.
Quickly followed by finding a way for finding the screwdriver. While searching for the clicker, Saga meets 2 old guys, Tor and Odin Anderson. They seem to know Saga despite her having no memory of them. In what's supposedly her trailer, despite having never lived in Watery, Saga finds out that her daughter, Logan, drowned in Cauldron Lake years earlier. She's unable to really process this bombshell because Saga soon discovers that 2 Taken deputies, Mulligan and Thornton, are now in possession of the clicker. I follow them down a well, but I left the Taken alive just outside the well because I couldn't really be bothered fighting him.
Shut up, you're ruining my cutscene!
This very small, inconsequential act would have major ramifications down the line. Saga goes through a very ooey-gooey time loop before finally confronting the deputies in a boss fight. It's not a very tough fight. I even got another 4 trophies. The first was for defeating an enemy using an explosion. I got this by throwing a propane tank at Mulligan's feet, to which I then shot it, which instantly killed him. The second was for actually completing the fight itself.
Oh, look at that.
But then something interesting happened. That Taken from before that I didn't bother killing, he didn't despawn.
Who's screaming? Who's ruining my cutscene? He's beating me up. I'm getting killed in a cutscene. Oh, cool, because I got killed in a cutscene and I got another trophy for it.
I have the clicker.
There he is, he's in the back. He's still there. Wow, that's fantastic. Man, that was a lot of, that's 4 trophies, real quick. Damn, dude.
However, if you think it stops there, then think again, Buster Brown, because while I was vibing to the song in the credits, I got killed again by the same guy.
What? Keep going. I didn't say it. Press X. No! Oh, what? That is such bullshit! No way! What? That's such bullshit! I have to do this again? Are you kidding me? Oh, that's horseshit, man! What the fuck? Oh, that fucking piece of shit.
It's a stupid ass glitch. Fix it, Sam. Once again, before heading back to Bright Falls, I decided to explore a little more, solving a few nursery rhymes, finding a few lunchboxes, and opening a few more stashes. Heading back to Bright Falls, the cult of the trio assaults the Elderwood Lodge in an attempt to kidnap Alan. He passes out, and after waking up a short time later, he is completely drenched in blood and surrounded by numerous cultist bodies. While looking for Casey, I find a double-barrel shotgun on the ground, which gets me the Yippee-Ki-Yay trophy. However, not long after, Alan falls unconscious yet again. Saga saves him from being killed by cultists, which is revealed to be one of the Koskela brothers. You know, like the guys that make the commercials. You know, one of the collectibles. There's 6 of them. Suddenly, the FBC sweep in, seizing control of the case from Saga, as well as taking Alan into custody.
Hey, we watched in the night.
With Casey missing and Saga still in possession of the clicker, she heads to the Valhalla nursing home to speak with Tor and Odin from before.
What the hell am I in Resident Evil 7? What is this?
Speaking to the residents of the nursing home and their caretaker, Rose, whatever the fuck, I don't know her last name, Saga discovers that Tor's in the wellness center next door while Odin is incapacitated, aka hungover. Inside the wellness center is where you can find the rifle. Of course, I couldn't just obtain the gun straight away. This is a video game. I had to earn it. There is good news, however. The door isn't locked. It just doesn't have a doorknob, so I have to go find that. After Tor gets transported to the dark place by another resident and returning character from the first game, Cynthia Weaver, Rose then gives Saga a key fob which unlocks all the doors in the nursing home and wellness center. With the newly obtained key fob, I grab the With the newly obtained key fob, I grabbed the doorknob, placed it back in its rightful place, and finally obtained the rifle.
Room. Oh, barely. I have no room in my inventory, but there we go, ready for a fight.
Saga pursues Tor into the overlap, which is also when I unlocked the bolt cutters, which got me the cut short trophy.
Yeah.
The fight against Cynthia isn't too tough, but it is freaky.
Oh, she's pissed at me. Oh, the fucking clothes are coming off. His fucking boobies are gonna start hanging out. Ah, there she goes. Girl in love. Take that, you old battle axe. Hey, the old gods.
Now that I had the bolt cutters, it meant I could get all the remaining collectibles. The first semi-collectible that I completed was all the Mayor Seta signs. Throughout Saga's story, there are these political signs advocating for Mayor Seta. Luckily, there are only 5 of these, and all you have to do is interact with each one. Then after all the stuff in the nursing home happens, head to Watery, where you will meet Mayor Seta, our dog.
Well, howdy.
Oh. Hello, Marcetta.
You look at that.
Petting him unlocks the trophy, The Nice Things in Life, and if you interact with all the signs, you're given the Mayor Seta charm, which is also needed for all the charms. Next up were all the nursery rhymes. All that's required is to read the nursery rhymes and place the corresponding dolls over the right chalk drawing. After that's done, something in the environment will change, typically with like a darkness trail that will lead to a charm.
Oh, he was in my bathtub, he took a bath, and he left. You dirty son of a bitch.
Using the bolt cutters opens up the rental cabins in Cauldron Lake. There were some taken here, and I figured now was as good as time as any to get the Stunning Vistas trophy for stunning an enemy with a flashbang. I found the final doll, which got me a trophy for finding every doll. In the same box as the doll, a note can be found which clearly states, "Don't take it to the Witchfinder Station." So of course, took it to Witchfinder Station. Whilst making my way to the station, I also grabbed the final lunchbox in Cauldron Lake, which gave me enough manuscript fragments to fully upgrade the crossbow. I also found the final charm randomly lying on the ground.
Oh! Great, I missed the oh, god damn it. I missed a charm from like 20 hours ago.
There's one final nursery rhyme in Witchfinder Station, except instead of being able to read it, I had to listen to a guy recite it over the radio.
Just let me read it.
Which I couldn't be bothered doing, so I just looked up the answer.
I hope this doesn't like create a monster that like comes through my TV and like actually like rips my head off. Shift in reality.
What the?
Oh.
Hello? Hello? I got a message for you.
Then to cap off all the collectibles, I grabbed the last of the remaining lunchboxes and cult stashes in each map. Final one being a cult stash in the sheriff's station.
Oh, hidden by the trees. Finally, all the collectibles. Wait, not the commercials and the stuff with Alan. Okay, not even close. That's like half the collectibles in the game. God Goddamn.
I also obtained the pump action shotgun in the sheriff station, getting the stop right there trophy. So, why am I in the sheriff station? Well, after the FBC apprehends Alan, they set up shop in the sheriff station. However, as you can see, it didn't go so well. Saga finds Agent Estevez hiding in a closet, which is kind of funny considering the character's gay. Classic Sam Lake here, very subtle. I don't think that was intentional. They probably just like, where should we put the model? Put her in the closet. And no one thought about it. Casey can be found downstairs in the morgue. He's not dead, it's just that the FBC found him in the forest when Saga was at the nursing home and they brought him back because he was like hurt or whatever. Meeting up with Wake in the holding cells, Saga hesitates to give Alan the clicker. He grows more and more desperate, to which it is then revealed that it wasn't Alan who escaped the dark place, it was Scratch.
I knew it! I knew it!
Fighting Scratch in the parking lot of the local... Oh, wow, this is a local reference. Finding Scratch in the parking lot of the local Dan Murphy's, I basically just flashed him with a ton of light, and then he left.
And who's Danny?
With the real Alan still trapped in the dark place, Saga enlists the help of both the FBC and the Anderson brothers. Their plan is to create a piece of art, in this case a song, and use the clicker to rescue Wake from the dark place. Heading down the Cauldron Lake, the FBC along with the Andersons have a whole concert set up at the lake. This is one of the best parts of the entire game.
Oh. No, ignite it! Oh shit.
Stock up on ammo.
Oh, he was there!
Playing as Alan again, for real this time. Interacting with the TV transports Alan somewhere, it doesn't really matter. But what ensues is absolute cinema.
What? Oh shit. Oh, unlock the flare. Light shining. That was fantastic. Oh, that's the end. All his life. Look at that.
On the streets of New York, the payphone rings again. The caller instructs Alan to come meet him in the Ocean View Motel. This caller is none other than Thomas Zane, which probably doesn't mean a whole lot to you if you haven't played the first game. Well, it doesn't really matter if you played the first game because that Thomas Zane is a manifestation of this Thomas Zane's work, the same way Alex Casey is a manifestation of Alan's work. I think. I'm not 100 on that. I think that's what he is. Zane dumps a bunch of lore, telling Alan if he wants to escape from the dark place, he'll have to find a murder site in the hotel.
Come play with us, Danny. Forever and ever.
This is around the same time I also found the double barrel shotgun for the real Alan, which got me the all accounted for trophy for finding every gun in the game. Moving throughout the hotel, finding a few words of power and even a writer's journey video, I happened upon the murder site. Well, I mean, I don't happen upon it. It was like 30 minutes of shit I cut out. Inside a bathtub is an old lady.
How are you? I am under the water. Please help me.
And after Saga and Alan talk through the overlap, I get a trophy for completing the chapter.
Hey, in a fancy hotel. Look at that.
Parliament Tower then reappears in the city. While rewriting the story, Scratch barges into the room and shoots Alan in the head, killing him.
Oh!
Waking up in Mr. Door's studio, I retrieve some photographs from the basement of the studio and head to the Ocean View Motel to speak with Zane. Hotel, fucking Ocean View Motel is from Control. If I ever say motel, I mean hotel. Not that I'll say it that much, but you know. I retrieve some photographs from the basement of the studio and head back to the Ocean View Motel. Fuck, I did it again! Son of a bitch! I retrieve some of Alice's photographs from the basement of the studio and head back to the Ocean View Hotel to speak with Zane. He tells Alan of yet another murder site in the Poet's Cinema. Alan then shoots Zane in the head, but it later turns out that he's fine anyway, so yeah, don't worry about it. Inside the theater, also, don't worry about why they're played by the same guy. I didn't mention it in the script, but like, if you haven't played the game, it's gonna be like, why is he there twice? Don't worry about it, because I don't know. I don't know why he's there twice. It's a weird game, alright? Don't worry about it. Inside the theater, I realized I need to get into the projection room in order to progress.
I had to find a way into the projection booth somehow.
Solving a bunch of puzzles, both in and outside of the theater.
What the fuck?
I soon found myself stuck in a loop. Going through this loop 3 times reveals a door, and behind it was the final Rider's Journey video that I needed.
Hey, the Trail of the Rider.
Continuing through the loop, I came across good old Sam Lake, and I had to stab him in the chest, which is, that's neat.
You don't have to kill me. You don't have to go get that knife and stab me.
Except that son of a bitch escaped before I could get my grubby little mitts on. Also, there's a whole short film you can watch in the theater. It's like 20 minutes long. And I watched the entire thing, by the way. I watched the entire thing. It's really well made, despite like 90% of people absolutely skip it. There's no way most people watch this. I mean, with that being said, I don't know what the fuck happened. So, it's like literally the greatest film I've ever seen in my life. 3 out of 5 stars. After finding the murder site, this time it was the bodies of Mulligan and Thornton, Alan and Saga have their little interdimensional phone call.
There it is, the cult of the word.
As per usual, Parliament Tower appears yet again. Outside of the tower, a monument to Alice Waite can be found. Alan places the photos he got from the basement of the studio in a shoebox by the statue. He then enters his apartment. Unfortunately for Alan, he doesn't exactly like what he finds. Firstly, Scratch is in his writer's room, rubbing his nuts all over Alan's typewriter. And secondly, arguably more of a bummer, Alice, having been tormented by Scratch for, who knows how long, decides to zoink herself. Alan, being quite unhappy with this news, busts down the door to his writer's room and shoots Scratch in the head. Except it's him from a previous point in the time loop, the one that he just shot himself, the one that just got shot. He shot him. The Dark Presence then inhabits Alan's body, which he then passes out.
Yay!
Back to Saga, it turns out that the clicker did work, and it was successful in bringing Alan back from the dark place. It's just that it sent him back to when Saga and Casey first found him by the lake, which means that the Alan they brought back was the real Alan, with the Dark Presence inside of him. Scratch then appears by the lake, and a boss fight begins. I know I said like all the boss fights are pretty easy, but believe it or not, this one is no different. All I needed to do was shoot Scratch a bunch until he's stunned. Then while he's temporarily incapacitated, I have to turn 2 high-powered lights on, and that's it. It's a little anticlimactic. It's just that he's supposed to be the big bad of the game, it's Mr. Scratch, he's the bad guy, he's the scariest guy ever. Just shoot him in the chest, and he's like, ah, and he's gone. That's it. Just put in a couple of AA batteries in your fucking torch you got from Kmart, and then light him up, he's gone.
The light.
And by the way, this is the final boss of the game. This is like one of the last times you ever fire a gun. So, little disappointing. Locking Scratch up in a containment unit and blasting him with light, the Dark Presence escapes from Alan's body. But of course, that can't be the end yet. The Dark Presence, now inside the body of Casey,
oh no!
steals the clicker from Saga and then throws her into Cauldron Lake. Before he then teleports into town and uses the clicker.
Whew. Hey, look who I'm playing as.
With Saga now trapped in the dark place, Alan heads to Bright Falls to rewrite the ending and stop Scratch.
Huh. Someone dropped their goddamn popcorn in the middle of the street. God, what an idiot.
Inside the Oh Dear Diner, the final Koskela Brothers commercial can be found, and with it comes the final collectible trophy, the Koskela Brothers. By using the clicker, the residents of Bright Falls have all been brainwashed. They're all gathered in town wearing deer masks, all praising Alan's new book, Return. Alan finds a copy of Return, but is then quickly chased out of town by the residents of Bright Falls. And I also died.
Oh my god, oh, not that way. Ah! Holy shit!
But he gets chased to the Valhalla nursing home. Rose helps Alan inside and he heads upstairs to the attic. Finding Artie just outside the spiral door, he gives some final words of encouragement. Maybe. He kind of just starts talking about fish and shitting his pants, so I'm not really sure what to decipher from that.
The matter is a steak.
Thank you. I don't know what that means.
Entering the room with the spiral marking on the door, it is none other than Alan's writer's room. Now he must figure out an ending. However, it has to be one that works within the confines the story has set up.
Oh, the final DFS.
So while he's trying to figure all that out, Saga is trying to escape from the dark place by using her detective skills to say she's not a bad person. Riveting.
I can't sense anyone.
Yeah, we can sense this. Oh, that probably didn't get picked up by the mic.
I'm oversimplifying it a lot, but I mean, this part sucked, alright? Like I said earlier, I don't like the case board. It's the worst part of the game for me, and this was way too long and really boring.
Why did you let me drown?
Because you didn't wear your fucking floaties, you dumb. Why was that so aggressive?
It's just the dark place basically trying to gaslight Saga and taunt her into thinking she's a bad person, and she's like, nah, I'm good. And then the dark place can't do nothing about it, and then she leaves. Leaving her mind place, Saga wakes up in the dark place's manifestation of New York, where she meets Iceman.
Oh, Iceman!
He honestly seems pretty content, despite being stuck in the dark place. She finds the photographs Alan left in the shoebox, and inside are the clicker and a bullet of light. Saga escapes from the dark place, and I get my second to last trophy of the game.
Oh! End of the road.
Alan and Saga reunite in the writer's room, but Scratch soon appears.
Hello, everybody.
Saga uses the clicker, exorcising the darkness out of Casey. It takes residence in Alan once again, and as it takes control, Saga shoots Alan in the head with the light bullet, killing both him and Scratch.
There's a fucking car alarm going off.
The game ends with Saga calling her daughter Logan to make sure she didn't drown, but it cuts to credits before Logan answers. Ooh, ominous, mysterious, who gives a shit?
Who cares?
Because with that, I got the Platinum Trophy, Sisu.
Why am I... What am I doing? What am I doing? What is this? What am I doing? I won! I'm in it! I'm finished!
However, it's 2024, so there is a post-credit scene where we find out that Alice didn't actually die. She went back to the dark place to help Alan escape. Alan then wakes up. I mean, you'd be a fool if you thought he actually died, like, come on. He then says this.
It's not a loop. It's a spiral.
Alan Wake 2. I loved it. Wowie zowie. Even though I have already platinumed Alan Wake 1 and Control, they do have PS5 versions, and I've done the PS4 versions of them, so I can do videos on those eventually. I'm not going to do it straight away. I mean, maybe if people really want, maybe if this video blows up, which I don't think it will. But yes, Alan Wake 3, that's going to be coming out in like another 13 years. Well, actually, no, I think I saw an article there where they're like, it's not going to come out in another 13 years, it'll be sooner. That's my Sam Lake impression. Yeah, so I'm incredibly excited for Alan Wake 3, Control 2, whenever that comes out, and then the Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes, which I hope are the next thing they do, and hopefully that's like 2 years away. It probably is. It's probably going to be like 6 years until those come out. Yeah, that was just a bunch of like unhinged rambling. Hopefully I can cut something out of that, and it doesn't just suddenly cut to this, because that would be weird. That smells so bad. Holy shit. But alright, that seems like everything, I guess. Next video will of course be Metal Gear Solid 1.
Ah! I was bad start. Snake down. Oh shit. Oh fuck me.
Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you later, alligator. Oh no, I shit in my pants. I have to go to the toilet. Don't put that in.